All right, so man, let's get back at our girl Angel Reese. She did good for us last time. We talked about her too. So
yeah.
So Angel Reese did a podcast episode with Shaquille O'Neal.
Do we have a clip of that?
I believe I do. And it's got everybody going up in an uproar for what I think is kind of something like minute, and it's not really as big of a deal.
You always think things are not as
no,
big
it's not,
because
I went and watched it over. Like I went and watched that whole interview over, and I just have some things that I'm going to say about it after I play this. So let me get it and find the clip here. But I just think that people are just trying to demonize Shaq, and I'm going to explain the reasons why I think they're doing it. But again, yeah, he was on a show together with her, and
bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
Okay, so let me just give a little context regarding it. This is at the end of the episode. They have been doing this episode. It's probably about an hour was in total, about an hour and 9 minutes that the episode was. Before we get into anything in regards, she was the first person to bring up anything remotely sexual in the first place. So the reason why I say that is he talks about what would get more people to watch. And he's talking about them being able to dunk the ball on each other. Mm-hmm. She says out of her mouth, a woman dunking on another woman would not be attractive to men. So then that already,
like they don't want to see that.
Yeah. But she's already putting an element of attractiveness being an element of the conversation. He never said that. And the fly shit about this whole interview, because he was really kicking game to Angel and really was being a dope OG the whole interview, if you get a chance to watch it. But the dope shit about it was he called this was going to happen. He said that y'all were going to cut up a piece of this interview and make it sound like I'm saying something weird or being crazy. He was talking about that conversation with her. And it was a callback to that conversation. And he was telling her, if you dunk on another girl and you got the shorts that got you attention just a few weeks ago from their perspective, because again, this is recorded, that's going to get you attention. You don't think people would buy that shirt? How is that being creepy?
Because why would she be in those shorts?
Because that's what got people's attention last week with her.
But that's not what she plays basketball in. So why would she be in those shorts?
Because there's plenty of people who take pictures of things that they don't play in their jerseys and stuff. They'll take pictures and stuff in their jerseys.
But they're talking about the game of basketball.
No, they weren't. He was just talking about what would make the game more exciting. He said, bringing the course
game
down.
Of basketball.
Yes. No, he's not talking about the game of basketball. He's saying that the dunking would make the game of basketball more exciting. He then went on to say she could sell the shorts. Let me see. She could sell shirts with her picture of her in the shorts dunking. He was just adding on a joke to it. He wasn't trying to like hit on her.
I didn't hear him say shirts.
He said it at the end. That's what I'm saying. None of y'all hearing it. He said it at the end.
Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Okay, yeah.
What?
He was talking about selling t-shirts. And y'all turned him into some fucking freak boy. The fact that y'all people are demonizing this man is because he's a big black man talking to a young girl. And that shit is disgusting and problematic. Because y'all are trying to make any interaction that a man has with a girl sexual in nature, like he's a predator. And it wasn't even like they was talking about sex. Like y'all took that out and made it into something that it wasn't. And that shit is not cool. Again, I don't want to act like I'm sitting here caping for rich niggas in this regard, but I understand that's a byproduct that happens to all other black men. So now anytime you have a conversation with someone and now it makes the girl uncomfortable, now, oh, okay. You're an offender. You're a predator. You're an abuser. You're a groomer. When in all retrospect, when the context around it shows they were just having a playful conversation. That's what she said she wanted it to be. Let's just have a conversation. It's not an interview, Shaq. Let's just have a conversation. And multiple times she asked Shaq his type. She asked him what kind of girls he are into. She talked about Shaq hooking him up with a boyfriend. All of this other playful, sexually charged stuff that you can pull out. Don't nobody criticize her about. You can get into what you said.
Okay. So when I didn't watch the entire interview, but I did watch the clips like everybody else did. And it did give me just like, it made me a little uncomfortable because you could tell that Angel was a little bit uncomfortable too. And that's what everybody else got from this video. That's what I got from this video as a woman too. Like, she kept saying like, okay at the end. I just wanted him to shut up and stop fucking mentioning it. Like, just, she was obviously uncomfortable. Just leave it and go. It felt like to me that like she didn't expect that from him. And regardless of what you say about it, she was saying that like men probably don't want to see women fully dunking and being like physically dominant or whatever, for whatever reason that she thinks that men don't want to see that. But I don't think that she was saying it in a sexual manner. And then him bringing the shorts that she wore on a completely unsports related platform and bringing it into, oh, people would pay for your picture on a t-shirt of you doing this in these little shorts. Like, where the fuck do the shorts and my ass come into this at all? Like, just because I said that niggas don't want to see me do things that they can't physically do because they probably get jealous, doesn't mean that they want to see me do it with my ass cheeks out instead. Like, you just brought that out because that's what you maybe want to see, and that's probably why she felt uncomfortable in the situation.
I'll tell you why.
And then I've had situations where, like, as a woman, you have to read more into things because that keeps you safer. Like, I've had situations where with people who were supposed to be men that were closer to me, and I've had to, like, at this point in my life, I felt like I probably overread and like overthought the situation, but that is something that you have to do to fucking keep yourself safe. You have to like put the boundary up, and she put the boundary up immediately, regardless of what his intention was. I think she felt like he was being creepy, and she immediately put that wall up. It was like, okay, let's move on.
No, you're projecting on something that you didn't watch. You're projecting feelings that have been taught to you from.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we have to do.
I know, but you're projecting feelings that were pushed on you by people like bell hooks, and they have this idea that black men are all your evil devil. So this not what was going on. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why that she was doing that.
But I just want you to know, I've never felt that black men are an evil devil.
I know that I'm talking about in general, fair. And you can, and just because you didn't feel like that doesn't mean.
But you said I'm projecting.
I know, but just because you don't feel like you felt like men are.
I've never felt that way.
It does just because you felt like that men weren't the evil devil doesn't mean someone who showed you something didn't feel like that. So the reason why she was embarrassed was because they were joking about her saying she wanted the boyfriend, and Shaq said the dude was in there. So the dude that Shaq was saying could be her boyfriend was in the room. So when he started making those comments about, she was joking about that because he was laughing. You could hear him laughing in the back about the shorts. So she was like, "Go get off the topic," because she was kind of thinking, she was kind of getting fresh with him. She thought he was kind of cute or whatever, but he didn't say if he was single or not. So that was kind of a running joke throughout the conversation. But I mean, at the end of the day, it just comes to my adage always being true, because everyone's assessment about this has been the same, and it's like, women are children. That's you as a man can't talk to women sexually because they're children. So
no,
if you're
don't talk to women sexually at all.
because they're children. Because even if they bring
not
up
because
sex,
they're children, but just because
you
should not talk to women sexually, point blank, period. Because you don't know how the fuck they feel.
Even if they bring up sex,
even
if
they do bring up sex before you,
up a relationship conversation,
don't talk to women sexually
because they're children. They can't handle any kind of conversation.
Don't talk
that they're
to women
not
sexually.
in the control lead.
Don't talk to women sexually.
That's what it is. Women are
don't
children.
talk to women sexually.
No, women are children. That's exactly what it just proves.
Like,
because
you be
there is
standing
nothing
on
wrong,
the worst hills.
Because this is nothing wrong with a 50-year-old man talking to a 20-some-year-old woman grown about anything sexual. That's nothing crazy. She is a grown woman, and that's nothing